are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play, second down. Jackson now off the bootleg. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I don't see Northern trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. 1st down, Howell to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Howell. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Howell out of the shotgun. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker who got in and dropped him to the turf. Santos' kick is up and through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their second drive with the ballgame charge. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw is Jackson. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you, the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. On 1st down, Howell. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles. Because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. coming up on a 2nd and 6. And Howe will throw it. And he fires one incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Howe throwing on 3rd down here. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Howe looking to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy. Maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A 1st down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Jackson. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Off-play action. It's Howe. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Powell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on 2nd and long. Powell. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long. Here's Howell. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing is Jackson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And once more, Howell back to the air. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. One last shot before the break. Howell. Touchdown! A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Commanders would extend their lead here just before halftime. Santos with the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Justin Madubuike. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second down, Howell back to pass. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Again, Jackson will keep it. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. They're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side.
And now here is another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Shark's got it, left side. Touchdown, Washington. DJ Chark, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have opened the lead up to 30. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And yikes, this will get out of bounds, so without even a return, they're going to be set up on the outskirts of the red zone. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third. 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, touchdown!
Terry McLaurin, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Montez Sweat, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Bob, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here's another interception. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Washington, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh.